Hello and welcome to Uncluttered Joy. I'm Eliza Martel. I'm a professional home organizer, a mom to two wonderful kids, and we like to talk about how to bring small pockets of joy into mom's life here. And this segment is going to be about the month of September and my expectations. Plus, how to deal with it when my expectations were not actually met. So, for September this year in 2023, it is the first year that both of my kids are going to school full time, and I'm excited to embrace this window of this golden window of time where I can work on all sorts of things, household management, planning, my business. However, much like life as a default parent and a mom, it's very unpredictable, and things didn't go as planned. Day 2, my daughter came home from school with a muscle spasm, and the following week, we brought COVID into our house, where I got to experience COVID for the first time in 3.5 years. A lot of plans that I had and expectations that I have made for the month of September were essentially popped like a big balloon and whoop, gone. Not super enjoyable. But there were a few things that have helped me get through it and honestly are going to help me finish the rest of the month strong. So the first thing that I was doing, especially when I was experiencing COVID and not very much energy, of course, there was time for rest when I actually couldn't do anything. But once I started getting my energy back and no more fever and such, I really had this urge to take on projects and things that I wanted to work on. And I had to respect my body and understand that I needed rest, even though that feels like it's against nature for me. So how did I deal with it? I did brain dumps. I wrote down all the things that I was thinking about wanting to do, all the things that I want to do in the future, and then I went through that list and I prioritized and sometimes delegated to my husband. So I found what things absolutely needed to be addressed, and kind of had to gauge my energy if I could do them or not, and I would pass them on to my husband. If it was like, this needs to get done, no way I can do it, which was super, super helpful. It also let me know mentally that the stuff was written down. I didn't have to keep reminding myself about it. I could just refer to this page when I'm feeling better, and it was one less thing to do. So that I felt like was really healthy, and very helpful. Another thing that was wicked helpful to me was a community that I'm in. I'm in an entrepreneur mom community called Boss Ladies and Babies, and it was very helpful to reach out in our Voxer thread and share my vulnerability of, this is really frustrating. I had big plans, like what has happened to September? And to get feedback from other moms, or pretty much everyone being like, I'm there too, like I get it. I also heard from veteran moms from sharing on Instagram that like every September they have expectations for it to go one way. But with school, with sports, with sickness, it's always kind of thrown for a loop. So it was so helpful to hear from others that I was not alone, and it wasn't like this one-off thing, and not necessarily that the universe was truly against me, which at times it felt like. So that was something I absolutely needed and did bring me joy. The final step that is really helping me out is chunking things down. This is something I teach when doing my decluttering course or mentoring people on how to declutter and organize on their own, which is to kind of have that list of where you want to work, prioritize where it is, stick to one spot at a time, and to really chunk it down, to make realistic expectations of how much time you can put into it. So even though I want it to be like, I'm going to have 7 hours a day, the truth is I might be able to get like a power hour in each day. But aside from that, I'm going to have to give myself grace until I'm feeling all the way back. Now, in my course and mentoring, I often say like 15 minutes can make a huge difference. It's not going to make as big of a difference as like if you had a Saturday morning to declutter, like 3 hours is going to make big progress. But 15 minutes twice a week is still progress, and that's still great. So resetting our expectations for how much we can get done is also super valuable. Well, that's it for today, but I hope this was super helpful to you. I hope if you are struggling in September, this will bring you some clarity. I'll talk to you next time.